Dr. Heather, and this is Dr. Heather TV. And today I'm here with Dr. Suzy Brannan, and she practices Traditional Chinese Veterinary Medicine, or TCVM. And we're going to chat with her a little bit and find out what that's all about. So, I don't really know a whole lot about Traditional Chinese Veterinary Medicine, so if you could start just by telling me a little bit about it. I mean, what is it, and what makes up Traditional Chinese Veterinary Medicine?
Well, there's 4 components to traditional Chinese veterinary medicine. There's acupuncture, there's Chinese herbal medicine, there's food therapy, and something called Tui Na, which is kind of a combination of massage and chiropractic.
Oh, okay.
But it's very specific medical manipulation.
Okay, all right, excellent. Now, when you use the word Chinese, that makes you think it's been around like forever and ever and ever.
It's been around for thousands of years.
Okay.
They have acupuncture tools that they think were used maybe even 8,000 years ago, but really as a organized medicine, it began maybe 3,000 to 4,000 years ago, where they actually have some evidence of the theory and the philosophy of it coming about.
Okay, all right. So the stuff that you're doing now is the same stuff somebody was doing 3,000 years ago then?
Exactly.
Wow.
We've put some modern tweaks into it.
Okay.
We now have stainless steel needles. There's single-use needles. But yes, the philosophy of it and the practice of it began that long ago.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's very exciting. So if I'm interested in traditional Chinese veterinary medicine, does any veterinarian do that, or is that something they have to be specially trained to do, or how does that work?
Yes,
okay.
There are at least a couple of schools in this country that a veterinarian goes to get their training. It takes about a half a year of several sessions each time to get certified. But you really need to be certified in that to use it appropriately.
Okay. Well, you talked earlier about learning about the philosophy. What is the philosophy of TCVM? Do they have one, and how is it different than Western medicine?
TCVM is based on balance.
Okay.
And trying to find the imbalances if they're there in an individual and getting them corrected so that that individual can be well and be in a healthy state.
Okay.
So it's really not about defining a specific disease, but it's about defining the pattern of that disease, or exactly how is that disease affecting a particular individual.
Okay.
So for an example of that, you and I could both get the flu.
Right.
And we went to the same place, we got the same strain of the flu. However, your flu and your disease is making you feel, we both have a fever. So your flu is making you feel hot. My flu with my fever is giving me chills. So we have one disease, but your treatment's going to be different from my treatment. So you're going to have something, since you're feeling hot, you're going to have something that clears the heat and cools you down.
Okay.
Mine, that would be the worst thing for me, because I'm already feeling cold and chilly. So mine would warm me up.
Okay.
And so even though we have the same disease, we have 2 entirely different treatments, whether it be with acupuncture or with the herbs.
Okay.
2 different treatments. Even the foods we might want to reach for. What you would want to eat would be totally different from what I feel like eating.
Right. So as opposed to Western medicine, where they would just give you Tamiflu or something, and everybody would get the same thing, and some people respond and some people don't respond.
And that's exactly right. I've treated many cases, with Western medicine, and I wondered why they didn't work.
Right.
Why does this drug not working for this pet? And then understanding now that there's a different pattern, well, there you go. I was actually treating something and getting the opposite effect of what I was really looking for.
And do you find that's true with a lot of diseases, or all diseases, or?
I would say all to most of them will have more than one disease pattern.
Okay.
Whether it be diabetes or diseases of your thyroid, reasons why you're throwing up or have diarrhea, you name it, there's so many different patterns with each. So the Chinese medicine tailors to the individual, not just the disease.
Okay. Well, that's fascinating. That's fascinating. Well, thank you so much for being here today with me and explaining traditional Chinese medicine. And join us next time on Ask Dr. Heather. We're going to talk to Dr. Brannan a little bit about each of the individual components of traditional Chinese veterinary medicine. So we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Phoebe, cut that out. Good dog.